Energy and carbon are key issues in the construction sector for a few reasons. First of all, the building and construction value chain accounts for close to 40% of global emissions, so just the scale alone makes the industry an important player in tackling the global decarbonization challenge. In addition to the scale, a lot of key components used in buildings are from hard-to-abate sectors, such as energy, steel, and cement. So reducing the carbon footprint of the built environment will require significant cooperation across the entire value chain over the coming years. When talking about carbon associated with buildings and infrastructure, we often distinguish between embodied carbon and operational carbon. Embodied carbon is the carbon associated with constructing, maintaining, repairing, and demolishing the building. So this would, for example, include the carbon footprint of the materials, but also the carbon associated with making repairs, performing maintenance, as well as the demolition of the building and transporting the materials off-site. Operational carbon, on the other hand, is the carbon associated with using the building. This would, for example, include energy used for heating and cooling. The building sector plays an important role in reducing both embodied carbon as well as operational carbon by using lower carbon products, optimizing transportation, as well as building more energy efficient structures. CO2 is the most well-known greenhouse gas, and by mass, the most significant. However, it is important to realize that some of the other greenhouse gases are often more potent than carbon dioxide. Methane is a great example. Methane, the primary component of natural gas, has a greater impact on global warming than carbon dioxide on a pound-for-pound basis. We often express this in a number called the global warming potential. The global warming potential of CO2 is 1, while the global warming potential of methane is 28. So methane is very efficient in trapping radiation and causing global warming. So even though we emit far less methane than carbon dioxide, methane still accounts for approximately 10% of the greenhouse gas emissions in the US. Many of the largest US companies have set ambitious decarbonization targets, and for many of them, the carbon that is embodied in the products or services they buy are a material part of their overall emissions. These emissions are often called Scope 3 emissions. One of the ways these companies can meet their decarbonization targets is to switch to products and services that have a lower embodied carbon. So if your company is able to offer these, you may be able to qualify for more work or in some instances charge a premium. The second benefit I'd like to mention is on the cost side. In a lot of companies, there is still an opportunity to reduce carbon through efficiency, so using less raw material and less energy. This not only leads to lower carbon, but also lowers costs, and is hence a great way to start your decarbonization journey. Reporting on carbon emissions is important for various reasons. The main reason is to provide transparency to your stakeholders. Most companies have a wide group of stakeholders, including their investors, their employees, and their customers. Your customers are a very key stakeholder group in the context of sustainability reporting, because your customers need insight into the emissions of the products and services you as a company provide. That is because your emissions become your customers' upstream emissions, often called Scope 3 emissions. So in order for the building sector to map out where in the value chain emissions are created, each link in the chain needs to be transparent. This will allow us as an industry to evaluate where emissions occur and how to prioritize our actions.